Boris Johnson could walk away from free trade agreement talks with the European Union in June unless broad outline of a deal has been agreed. The UK government has outlined its plan for negotiations and has set a deadline for progress amid a deep division between the two sides over several issues including fishing, state subsidies and standards. Talks are set to begin on Monday, but the government has warned it will not negotiate any arrangements in which the UK does not have control of its own laws and political life. The mandate states the UK's intention to rely on World Trade Organization (WTO) terms under an arrangement with the EU similar to Australia's if progress on a comprehensive deal cannot be made. A crunch meeting to assess progress is scheduled for June, by which time it should be clear if the Canada-style free trade agreement that is wanted by the Prime Minister is possible by the end of 2020. The negotiating guideline wants the broad outline of an agreement in time for this meeting, which would be rapidly finalised by September. The document states, if that does not seem to be the case at the June meeting, the government will need to decide whether the UK's attention should move away from negotiations and focus solely on continuing domestic preparations to exit the transition period in an orderly fashion. Speaking in the House of Commons, Michael Gove warned, "We want the best possible trading relationship with the EU, but in a pursuit of a deal, we will not trade. We respect the EU's sovereignty, autonomy and distinctive legal order and we expect them to respect ours. We will not accept nor agree to any obligations where our laws are aligned with the EU or the EU's institutions, including the Court of Justice." Resounding to the government's mandate for trade deal negotiations with Brussels, SNP MP for Perth and North Penrithshire Pete Wishart raged, "What a load of bunkum, baloney and codswallop. This is nothing other than a route map to the cherished no deal, the real ambition of these Brexit zealots. They're even now prepared to break international law in order to achieve this outcome. But let's dispense with the unicornism and let's try and see if we could start to make sense with the real world in what we're actually dealing with. The EU expect nothing other than the political declaration to be implemented in full, they expect that level playing field to be realised and they will not accept anything else. How many times does this government need to be told that the UK will not leave with a better deal, an arrangement that is currently enjoyed just now? Michael Gove replied, "Scotland, like every part of the United Kingdom, will benefit hugely, not just from our departure from the European Union, but also from the new trading relationships that we will develop with other countries."